Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we had Shiketsu High Lurking. Continuing on in the provisional license exam, the group got separated. The group that consisted of most of Class 1A got separated, and Midoriya was fighting this one girl who was pretty sensual, I have to say. She was a very sensual girl. And then some other people showed up and separated them from their fight. And then Midoriya saved Uraraka, only to discover that it was actually the sensual girl who had some sort of shape-shifting quirk. And then she was completely naked, and she got away when actual Uraraka and Sero showed up. And then we cut back to Todoroki, who was dealing with color-coordinated ninjas. And that was that. So yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say it. If you want to watch my reaction to this episode of My Hero Academia, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment, click on the link there. That will take you over to the reaction where you can watch it and hopefully have a good time. When you're done with that, you can pop right back over here for the discussion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Alright, that's episode 17, Class 1A. That was fucking awesome, man. I friggin' loved it. Yeah, that was so cool, man. He is so proud of them, you know? He is so proud of them, you know? And this is Aizawa, who has threatened to expel them multiple times. And at the beginning, you know, like when he was talking about Midoriya, he was like, oh, well, there's a little bit of potential. Like, he's not a lost cause, but still. Like, you know, comparing this when we first met Aizawa, it's just crazy. Just that immense pride in them is so cool, man. Okay. So, we have a lot of people that have passed, actually, in Class 1A. At least 5 that we know of. We have Todoroki, Yaoyorozu, Asui, Jiro, and Shoji. All 5 of them have passed, and they're in the top 100. So, yeah, not only have they passed, but they super passed. You know, they're passing to the next round, you know? So, there's still some spots open. I don't know if we can get them all. I don't know if we can get all of Class 1A, but I think we can get a few more. Again, I feel like we can definitely get Midoriya and Bakugo. So by extension, I would assume we can then get Uraraka, Sero, Kirishima, and Kaminari now. But the rest of them, they're still open for debate. Although it would be hilarious if actually, like, because it seems like Todoroki was the first person in Class 1A to pass, but it would be really funny if it was actually Hagakure, because she's invisible. She just goes around, you know, nobody just sees a floating ball, you know, like she kind of like holds it to the ground, you know, so that no one really sees it, and then she just go boop 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 boop, done. There you go. That'd be hilarious, but yeah. We can go ahead and hop into the notes. The first thing I wrote down was Todoroki. So that was pretty cool how he was able to take down all the color-coordinated ninjas and pass the test. So yeah, we had... I also like that, you know... God, just the arenas that all these fucking hero schools build are just so ridiculous. And I love that he says, like, oh, well, these areas need to be as realistic as possible. So... Because of that, this gas tank over here should be an actual gas tank that I can explode, you know? And he does. So that was really cool. And then he just goes in, gets them all, and he's done. So that was really cool. We cut over to Yaoyorozu, who was with Jiro, Shoji, and Asui, and all of them dealing with Bastion. Basically just Bastion from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I know we've made Yu-Gi-Oh! GX references about like the dorms and stuff, but she's definitely just the the poshness of her, and her high intellect. It's like, I feel like I need to be holding my drink like this if I'm going to be discussing her, So yeah, Seiko Intelli, which was interesting. So her quirk is, aptly enough, is IQ. So I like that. They also say, I like specifically that she is already really, really smart, and then she can close her eyes. It's kind of like Jimmy Neutron. She has a brain blast, basically. She closes her eyes, and her IQ skyrockets. Like, that is awesome, That is really cool. But what she can't account for is friendship. She didn't account for friendship. Oh, it was the power of love and friendship that let them pass. Which is kind of corny, but at the same time, it's still actually valid, because yeah, she didn't account for that. She didn't account for the three of them going back in to save Yaoyorozu. She just thought, like, oh, well, we're all in it for ourselves, It's like, no, that's not what it means to be a hero, So that was really cool. But I do like, man, it's so, like, frustrating watching that when it's like, oh, well, what do we do, What do we do? She's got everything planned out, and she's sitting there sipping her fucking tea with all her other annoying schoolgirls, and it's like, oh, God. I bet you they blame her. Those other girls will blame her for losing, Because that's the thing. It's not just like, oh, well, you lost. Like, no, you're not getting a provisional license now. Like, you're out. You're out of here, So yeah, that's interesting, and just trapping them in. I didn't even think, when it's like, oh, it's cold, and it's like, oh, that knocks Sue into hibernation, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, it would. Frog, hello. So that was interesting, and we had cute little Sue all bundled up there. Fuck, she's cute. Anyway, but yeah, and then just Yaoyorozu trying to outthink Seiko was interesting. And I like, how what she came up with, because yeah, the point was that they were going to wear out Yaoyorozu's quirk so that then they could go in and take, because pretty much she was the last one there. Like, they took out Sue and Shoji and Jiro. So the last person to take out was Yaoyorozu, and the only way you can do that is to run out her powers, basically. Which is interesting, But then Yaoyorozu decided to go on the offense. And created the gigantic amp, which was pretty cool. Knocked everyone out except for Seiko, and then they all were able to knock her out together. So that was really, really cool. And I did like that. It's like, yeah, this is kind of what's special about Class 1A, Now, I'll be curious to see, like, because it kind of sounds like Shiketsu. The Shiketsu class is kind of the same. Like, they kind of seem like another Class 1A. But this is the thing, is that Class 1A always sticks together. They always help each other. And I like that, I really do like that. And that's what sets them apart. That's what makes them the best heroes of all the students, at least. So that was really cool. Kirishima got turned into a blob of meat. What the fuck? What kind of fucking power is that? Like, ew. 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 He got turned into a little blob of meat. Ew. God, I hope they can turn him back. But I hope Kirishima's not out, I hope that wasn't it for him. But yeah, so that was interesting. And then Bakugo going in and being like, you know what? Let's see how much your words are worth. Let's see if they really stack up, with your actions. So that was pretty cool. And I do love at the end with Aizawa being like, all right, look, Class 1A is fucking amazing, They are really fucking amazing, and I'm proud of them. And I do love, he says, like, at the center of every big event are these two people, Izuku Midoriya and Katsuki Bakugo, and their determination and spirit have actually influenced the rest of the class, you know? So that's really cool. And I just love that, yeah, he is that proud of them, you know? Oh, I just love it. But that's pretty much all I wrote down. This was a really great episode, and I am definitely looking forward to the next one to see who else is going to be passing the provisional license exam. So yeah, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.
歩くほどに靴底が